Now, the Trump administration has opted to extend sanctions relief for Iran for another 120 days. The decision will, for now, prevent the landmark 2015 nuclear deal from falling through.
In 2015, the Obama administration foolishly traded away strong multilateral sanctions to get its weak nuclear deal. Despite my strong inclination, I have not yet withdrawn the United States from the Iran nuclear deal. Instead, I have outlined two possible paths forward: either fix the deal's disastrous flaws, or the United States will withdraw.
Even though Trump has repeatedly vowed to tear up the Iran deal, he has decided to keep the deal intact, extending sanctions relief, but also warning that this will be the last time until the deal is strengthened. But sanctions will be added on Iranian entities for their alleged support of terrorist groups. Now, this comes after his national security advisors and other signatories have all urged him to comply with the agreement. And the EU has been urging Washington to stick to it for months. And just yesterday, top EU diplomats met with the Iranian foreign minister in Brussels to reaffirm their support for the deal.
We greatly value the JCPOA, the nuclear deal with Iran.
The deal is working.
We want to protect the JCPOA.
Build worldwide support for this deal.
It is crucial for the security of the region, but also for the security of Europe.
Well, the agreement was signed in 2015. It was hailed as a breakthrough in U.S.-Iran relations as it ended international concern over Iran's nuclear program. And it's often described as Obama's signature foreign policy achievement. But Trump has always accused the country of violating the, quote, spirit of the deal, which actually means Iran hasn't actually violated the deal. And this is deliberately deceptive. Washington is fully aware that the IAEA, other signatories, and even Trump's own officials said that Iran is in full compliance with the deal. Now, at the last deadline, Trump waived sanctions but decertified Iran's compliance with the deal, which is completely unrelated to all of this. A, it's not part of the deal, and B, Iran's ballistic missiles aren't even capable of carrying nuclear warheads. But regardless, Trump has always hated the deal. He's previously threatened unilateral action to end the deal and has even attacked diplomats who negotiated it.
One of the worst deals I've ever seen. The disastrous deal with Iran. One of the dumbest deals and one of the weakest contracts.
The people that negotiated that deal, namely Kerry and his friends, are incompetent.
One of the worst deals ever negotiated.
But perhaps Trump realized that ending the deal wouldn't have been wise, considering that it would have led to massive backlash from the international community. Now we'll just have to wait and see if Congress and U.S. allies will agree to Trump's demands.
The Iranian Foreign Minister Javad Zarif called Trump's decision an attempt to undermine the nuclear deal.
Trump's policy and today's announcement amount to desperate attempts to undermine a solid multilateral agreement. JCPOA is not renegotiable. Rather than repeating tired rhetoric, the US must bring itself into full compliance, just like Iran.
We got reaction to Washington's move from political scientist Maged Botros and also Kaveh Afrasiabi, a former advisor to Iran's nuclear negotiating team.
He keeps saying that, well, this is my last time, but actually, I wouldn't expect for a second that he can pull out from this multilateral deal because all his partners oppose this. What happens is the other parties involved in the multilateral agreement will cut a new deal with Iran and continue on with it and just ignore the U.S. The U.S. will start bluffing all the way.
And my hunch is that, this is a president that makes ad hoc decisions and you have to go one day at a time and don't place too much bet on in his ultimatum today because this deal serves U.S.'s national interest as confirmed by Defense Secretary Mattis and Rex Tillerson and others.
The supposed threat from Iran is also being used to justify the U.S. military presence in Syria. Assistant Secretary of State David Satterfield defended the policy at a Senate hearing.
The president has committed, as a matter of strategy, that we will not leave Syria. We're going to stay for several reasons: stabilization and assistance in the vital north and northeast, protection of our allies, the Syrian Democratic Forces, but for other reasons as well, including countering Iran.
How so? With force, with troops, with diplomacy? Which one of those?
Senator, it's a combination of measures. First and foremost, it is aggressive sanctioning and measures undertaken by the U.S. and our partners